On day 3, we're going to talk about just that, food startups and innovation. Startup India itself, as you all know, is a flagship initiative of the Government of India. The idea is to build a strong ecosystem for nurturing innovation startups in the country. Today, we're going to focus on the food side of things. And to kick off, we have a great panel with us. And I'd like to call on stage first Dr. Prabodh Halde, convener of the India Food Startups and the Innovation Convention and Awards. And Prabodh, could I get you to invite on stage Madhavi Das, CMSO FSSAI, the Joint Secretary, Government of India, and Dr. C. Ananth Ramkrishnan, Director, IIFP, Thanjavur, Government of India. In our inaugural panel, we're going to be talking about how you can actually accelerate your startup. We're going to give you tips from founders, from policymakers, from investors, and the people who are driving your business. And of course, you've got a whole bunch of consumers in the audience as well. So I'd like to call up our inaugural panel as well. Bhavik Rathod, Head Uber Eats. Geetika Dayal, Executive Director, Thai Delhi. And Sagar Daryani, founder, Wow Momo.
Good morning. Good morning. I think the voice is not big enough. Can you say good morning? Oh, that's good. Welcome to the third day of India Food Forum, and this today we are doing the actually startup conclave. We are so happy to have two eminent personalities with us. Madhavi Das ma'am from FSSAI, CMSO, and Joint Secretary, Government of India. Welcome, ma'am. And Dr. Ananth Ramkrishnan, Director, Vice Chancellor of Indian Institute of Food Technology, which is now NIFTM, Government of India, Ministry of Food Processing. Welcome, sir. Friends, those who are partnering and seeing the event from last 2 days, for them, you must have witnessed more than 200 speakers in 2 days. And who's who of the food industry and the food retail, they were here. You name the retail, the CEO or MD of that company was here and addressed. All the time, this is 25th year, and all the time this conference is only of 2 days. First time they approached AFST, which I belong to AFST. I'm a president, national president of Association of Food Scientists and Technologists, and they requested us to do something in a startup space. We requested a third day, which is today, for the startup. Friends, Shri Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, have launched this startup idea on 15th of August 2015. And so far, India has seen 1,84,000 startups registered on the portal of DIPP, which is Department of Industries, Policies and Promotion. Out of that, unfortunately, only 2% are in the area of food and beverages, which is something really hurting to us. People like Ministry of Food Processing is here. Many big companies are sitting here, but what is stopping us to join the hand with the startup in area of food and beverages? With this thought, we felt there is a need of supporting a startup environment. When I was discussing this point with Madhavi ma'am in morning, she said, money is not only the criteria, hand holding is important. I think you said it, ma'am, which is very, very important. So this forum, the whole day, we will be deliberating, discussing, giving a solution on the 4 aspects. One is whatever is the investment. Second is on innovation, technologies. And the most important part, how to make it happen. And the last, not but least, the food safety, which is a very important panel. So there are 4 panels. Don't miss all those 4 panels, and the panelists are really gurus of their own fields. Friends, again some numbers to you. Out of this 1,84,000 startup registered, only 5,200 odd startups are qualified to get all kind of benefits because they could complete the documentation. I feel the need of the hour is, if any startup today want to do something, how to register with the Government of India to qualify as a startup, because you get a handsome, very good incentives, no income tax for 3 years, no tax, and also some loans you get. So the documentation support, and also how your idea is unique and innovative and solving some problem. These are the key requirements. I think that today the need is that how to handhold. Yesterday when we have actually given an award, and when we were a jury, and actually when the presentations were going on from the startup people, 16 ideas they presented here. We were so happy to see them. Startup is something, a one-man army. That person, whoever is that, he or she, with the passion, with the kind of energy, and they do all the work from, we call, from chaprasi to chairperson. Everybody is the startup alone. And out of that 16, we have actually given the award to 4 yesterday night. And the good thing, Amazon has actually handpicked them and assured them a good business, and they have partnered with them. I think this is something really good. Dr. Ananth sir, we expect from Ministry of Food Processing, if we can partner this startup. FSSAI has already opened up on the World Food Day, CEO sir has said, and I'm so happy to say Oak Analyticals has been supported from FSSAI as a startup, and they have been awarded. Ma'am will speak more on that by Honorable President of India on the World Food India. Friends, at the end of this deliberation, we will be submitting this report to Ministry of Food Processing, Niti Aayog, and FSSAI. So I request you, as a startup, if you are not a startup, how many you are a startup, by the way? Can we have some? How many you want to be startup? Can you raise the hand? How many you want to be startup? How many you want to be supporting startup? How many you want to support the startup? I think we need to make an ecosystem. I may not be able to do something my own, but I can support somebody who can give the job to our Indian population and Indian youth. Friends, startup, there might be many challenges, but one thing you need to understand, we are 130 crore country. 130 into 3 times a meal a day, 400 crore meals a day is a big market. You need not to worry about it. So with this, I take your leave. I will be with you whole day. We have a huge panel, and I welcome all the panelists, and they will be sharing the thought, what they think about. With this, first I request for the opening remark, Dr. Ananth sir. Please give him a big hand. By the way, Dr. Ananth, let me allow to speak about you. He is a Vice Chancellor of Indian Institute of Food Technology, which is at Thanjavur, one of the best institute. When I visited his institute, I felt I should have been admitted as a food technologist in his college, in his university now, which I got the degree 25 years back. But his institute is supporting a startup, supporting an entrepreneur, and he got a small, actually pilot test plants where he runs the bakery, he runs the food processing, noodles, everything. Ma'am is one of the amazing institutes and university. And he is a dynamic director and supporting a farmer to double the income of farmer through the food processing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Prabodh, and respected dignitaries on the stage and off the day. It's really good to come over here. And Prabodh called me. I was very tight schedule, but he's like my brother, and once he calls, I can't say no to him. That's what I moved today here in Bombay. Really, he made a one concern about food industry or food startups, like a 2% only it is there in the total food startups here. Not only that, if you see that our country's growth rate and food industry growth rate is almost, food industry grows at 8% per annum is higher than our country's growth rate, and compared to any other segment, food industry growing at around 7 to 8% last 3 to 4 years. But again, our total business in the global food business is again the same story, 1.5%. Why it is? Even China is having more than 20% global food business, or US has 80%, India is only 1.5%. That is a big concern and big gap and big opportunities there. So that is what we need to capitalize that. And problem in that startups or any entrepreneurs come to the food business as the 2-3 issues are there. That may be the key for the stopping the startups coming into the food industry. Main problem is that investment. Like if you talk to any software industry, if you see that middle managers and all, they are aware of that, they can't go top place because 1 or 2 position will be there, vice president and above that. So what they will think, they wanted to move to the startups. You can talk to any of the people who are in the middle manager level in the software industry. Because there they don't need much investment. Their investment only their brain, nothing else. If they have some solution, they can start up the company and then immediately they can venture into that. But food industry is not like that. You have to invest, and at least you have a small capacity, at least 1 ton per day unit you need to have. For that, whatever you put it, close to 50 lakhs to 1 crore, you have to invest. If you invest, how you are getting back that money? That is the big concern to all the startups. They are a little bit afraid to come in. And second thing, regulations. Madhavi madam is here. That also it is required for our country, but they have concern about that regulations and opportunities on the food. And food business is not like a software industry and all, because it's a totally bulk production. For example, R&D takes place only one place. For example, if you take the dairy milk, R&D takes place in the Birmingham University. Cadbury has taken the technology. Whole world is multiplied by the same R&D. The bulk production takes place everywhere they're selling. But here, how to compete with that one? But huge money invested in one place, they're multiplying the bulk production throughout the globe. And how would small company get into that business? That is the key here. So the technology availability, adopting technology, how to investment, how to convert the technology into the marketable product. That's the gap we need to think about it. And if you see that growth rate in the food segment itself, 2 segment is growing rapid growth for last 5 years. One is the functional food market. It's growing at the rate of 17%. It's a very high level of growth rate in the functional food. And functional food is nothing but the food has the functionalities there. Suppose if you have the omega-3 fatty acids, take the omega-3 fatty acids. Isolation of the omega-3 fatty acids is the nutraceutical business. Putting that omega-3 fatty acid into the bread or noodle, any form of the food, is called a functional food. Functional food market is growth for the almost 17%. 16% for the nutraceutical market is growing in our country. World growth rate of the nutraceutical market is only 6%. In Indian nutraceutical market is growing at 16%. That's what you can see. Thanks to FSSAI brought the nutraceutical regulation this January onwards. It's a big boost for that nutraceutical industry what FSSAI had done it. So we need to see that how to capitalize this growth. Still, if you see that Indian nutraceutical market, only 4 or 5 companies are dominating the nutraceutical market. Till date, we don't have any nutraceutical for the sports nutrition. Big concern about that. Why we can't bring, you can start a company on the sports nutrition. Only few companies are available. All other companies are all imported products. Only all our sports personals are using that. So this is the one gap. Another one is, what is the material what we are using? Not a steel is dominating the material. 40% of the Indian consumers using the material is packaged material. Among the 40%, 30% is the food packaging material we are using. The huge opportunity is food packaging alone. One side, if processed food market is growing, you need to capitalize the packaged market as well. But we don't have the adequate package industries in India. Make proper smart packaging or flexible packaging, whatever the packaging material you wanted to make, we don't have the enough material, enough company to supply that one. So we can interlink this one. Apart from that, if you see that last year, we imported 1,700 crores of the food manufacturing machineries to India. Most of the machineries come from China. Why? Even we have the Coimbatore or Bombay, we Traditionally, we make the machinery manufacturing industry, but startups companies or any other industry, they are not coming forward to make machinery manufacturing industry. Still, lot of scopes are there. This year, expected to go 5,000 crores of the machinery is going to be imported, because we need to update all the plant are updated, so we need to go on that. So these are the another two areas we can think. But big concern is food industry is facing is 3D printing. Soon is going to change personalized food. What I said earlier, Cadbury is one place they make the product throughout the globe, they are supplying into that. But now consumer preference is totally changing. Personalized food is coming to the play. For me or my son or my father can't take the same food. I need a different calorific value, my father need different, my son need different. Is it possible to have this different calorific value food? Or can I get the extra protein, or can I get the extra fat, or my son need extra energy, how to get it? That is the trend is going to come. And if such a case, personalized food can give only through 3D printing. 3D printing technology is started now and is available. Some of the food already they started making. If you wanted to start up a startup company, ideal choice is 3D printing. Till now, India, nobody has made it that one. If possible, put an investment on the science and make that 3D printing as a customized form. Make it a small gadget like that. Every household, they have their own 3D printing. They can have the customized food. So this is the what opportunities increased a lot. But only think where you wanted to crack that, where you have to put your step into that. That is the key. And Prabodh said about our Ministry of Food Processing Industry. We have done for last 3 years, you have seen an enormous growth in the food industry. That is because of the policy what we have taken in the higher level in the Ministry of Food Processing Industry. 6,000 crores has been brought into the Sambada scheme, and we are not getting the applications. Sir is telling on side finance, money is available. Sambada scheme, we are giving you 3 crores for 3 years, 35% subsidies. We have not received enough applications from any of the investors. Why? And we are giving the close to 5 crore for the food testing lab. Last 3 sittings, we are not able to get enough applications. That is the problem. And you see, it is not that like a earlier time. Now we made the application also, you can download in the Ministry of Food Processing. Very simple. Only thing, you need a proper project and you need a land and other requirements. Otherwise, everything is very simple. And mega food park model, now we wanted to bring into the mini food park. Maybe another 10 days time, we are going to bring the live into our website. That's we are going to make a cluster formation for 10 crore. 5 companies joined together, you can make a mini food park. And again, 35% subsidies for the another 7 years, you have the other benefits. So policies are there, but I don't know, somewhere some gap is there between the investors or entrepreneurs to our ministry. Maybe we are promoting that, and please kindly use it. That's what I wanted to stress here. One side, ministry is helping. FSSAI has done almost all the angle. They are working like round the clock they are working. And the government is giving a lot of support on that, all the entrepreneurs, and you need to capitalize. That's what I said. Opportunities, still export market, I said only 1.5% Indian export via business is there. We have another 60% market is there we can capitalize. And food is a different one. And every food has the market. Don't afraid about that. You can get into that. Even you, because food is like a personalized one. It is not a generalized one. Because each, like what I eat Manipuri in Bombay, what I eat in Chennai is entirely different. But Chennai people like such type of Panipuri than what I am eating here. So that is a personalized one, and everyone has their own market segment in that. So please put your hand into that. Whatever you want, a technical support, guideline, we are here to help. Please send a mail to Indian Institute of Food Processing Technology. We are trying to support. And Prabodh told about our incubation center. One of the successful and best incubation center in country till date. More than 150 entrepreneurs we developed through our incubation center. Why that huge success of that incubation center? I said one thing, you have the afraid about investing. So what we thought, can we give support to that investment? You have the idea, suppose you wanted to make a millet-based biscuit. That is your idea. You don't have money. And idea is there, raw material availability is there. For example, one lady last month, she has come, she is only 5th passed, she wanted to start that industry. She came to our institute. What we suggested, okay, your idea is good. We will give the technical support. You bring the only raw material to our institute. We will give the raw material storage space, office space, phone line, everything free. And only they have to pay to electrical charge to us. What is the instrument, equipment they are using that. So they bring the raw material morning and we will give the technology. They make the biscuit and all the things in the institute itself. Evening they can take and they can supply to the market and wherever they start. Now she got a more than 10 lakhs order per month. She is earning 1 lakh rupees. She is not even can't speak English and her village is very, very deep and she has to walk 20 kilometers to reach her home. And now she has become a businesswoman. Why it is happened? We give you that opportunity. You no need to investment. Only thing you have passion to do something and work hard. And we are the institute and government agencies are there to support. That's what we could able to generate so many entrepreneurship programs and incubation services. And now every day total, now 3 shifts we are running in the incubation service in our institute itself. One institute become an industry. Now we are going for scaling up our whole incubation service to the pilot scale. Right now only 50 kg per hour unit. All we are converting to the 1 ton capacity unit we are going to convert. So other stories, maybe other panel discussion time I can explain how you can use our institute as well as the technology thing. Only one thing I wanted to stress it here. Without science, nothing will going to succeed in the business. Some delta should be there. What is available in market? You wanted to succeed on that, you need to put the delta is science. Better science, better product, better business. Thank you very much.
As usual, Dr. Ananth, a power talk and powerful punch given in morning. I think what he has emphasized on the food science and the need of R&D or C&D. All the startup or entrepreneurs, you need to have this science-based approach, otherwise you will not able to continue long. Now I would like to invite Madhavi Das ma'am. Let me introduce Madhavi Das ma'am. She is how many have visited FSSAI recently in last 2 months? Can you raise the hand? Okay, we have some 7 hands. Ma'am, still we are not connected with all the startups, that shows. But those who have visited the FSSAI in last 3 months, you must have seen the 5th floor. And if you visit to ma'am's office, you will see like one CEO of the FSSAI, Shri Pawan Kumar Agrawalji and ma'am, they are working 24/7 continuously and the entire FSSAI is working on so many schemes, so many initiatives. If you name the initiatives, actually the whole day will go on only on the discussing the initiatives, like there are the project, FOSTAC is there, fortification is there, then laboratory project is there, startup support is also there. I only want to say that you should go, people do talk about FSSAI, but you go and see the change, the experience them, and they are coming out with so many of partnership where the big retailers, big companies can partner for the good for India, and there are many initiatives. So with this, I really want to thanks to FSSAI on behalf of the organizer, on behalf of AFST for supporting us, ma'am. It shows the confidence in FSSAI because this is a startup not directly related to food safety, but I think CEO sir has accepted and you are kind enough to come, and she was so busy yesterday night she came and she has agreed to present for the inaugural. Ma'am, we will give you the proceeding, and with this I request ma'am to address as a keynote address of the session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Prabodh. My fellow panelists, Dr. Ananth Ramkrishnan, Bhavik Rathod, Geetika and Sagar, friends from the startup space and friends who want to help the startup space. First of all, let me congratulate the organizers on this extremely timely and extremely innovative session. I'm sorry I missed your awards ceremony yesterday. I was very keen to participate, but unfortunately my flight didn't start up. So even though I tried, I got a little late and I couldn't attend, but congratulations to all the winners. But more importantly, congratulations to all the people who are here today and who are looking at entering in this space. Prabodh had some very kind words and I thank him for that, but Let me share with you some of the things that we are doing at the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India today. Now, essentially, FSSAI is a regulator, and we are in the regulatory space. But I think I would treat the past year as a watershed year. And why I call it a watershed year is that we moved from viewing industry as merely something to be regulated or merely something that needs to be following compliance and enforcement to a true partner. Our effort in the past year has been to ensure that whatever we do with collaboration, that it's a collaborative effort. We have achieved some traction in this effort, but I think we still have a long way to go. Now, before I actually come to startups, I'd like to share with you some of the things we've done to ease regulatory burden and to ease regulatory compliance. And the reason I need to share this is that startups need to understand that we are here to support you in every which way. We are looking forward to your success, and we are willing to mentor and partner with you in this success. On food testing, which has been a major focus area for us, several initiatives have been taken both by the government and by the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. We are investing about 500 crore rupees in the upgradation of food labs, both private and state labs. This makes for a very interesting area for any startup to enter. The government is investing in this area, the government is focused in this area, and in fact, I'm pleased to mention that one of the first startups that we've actually supported, Oak Analytics, was in the food testing space. Oak Analytics has come out with a very interesting device, a Raman spectrometer-based device, which is a simple duster which can be used to test adulterants in various kinds of fluids. Now, what did we do with Oak Analytics? We didn't necessarily support them with money. We supported them with something far more basic. We supported them with mentorship. We supported them with an ability to reach out to various accelerators. We also gave them an opportunity for media amplification. In fact, when they came to us, we connected them with various labs. We ensured that these labs actually ran the tests. We connected them with food business operators. We used our convening power and connected them with food business operators. And the end result was, in fact, and we are happy to say that Oak Analytics ended up with the first prize award from the President of India in the World Food India startup space. Now, this was very exciting. It was also a very important learning lesson for us because we realized that as FSSAI, the convening power which we have can be used very, very effectively for startups. So then we created a structure around this entire space, and how we did that was we identified 4 major challenge areas where we would like to see food startups in place. Those 4 major challenge areas are only indicative. If you have a very interesting idea which goes beyond that, we would be willing to help you with that too. So the first space which I mentioned was testing. Testing is an area which we will continue to focus on, and we would invite startups to come out with any innovative product on that, but which has mass scale applicability, which has replicability, which is sustainable. The second area which I would like to mention in terms of supporting startups is diversification into healthy foods. Now, FSSAI as a regulatory authority has a very interesting mandate, and that mandate is to ensure safe and wholesome food to every Indian citizen. The wholesome part of it is what we would like to focus on through this startup space. What could you do in the healthy space? Plenty of things. All of you already have ideas. I was just asking Prabodh to share with me who are some of the winners yesterday, and I was happy to see that many of them are in the healthy food space. In this country, today there is an understanding and a realization that our food habits need to be looked at consciously. Unfortunately, ours is a country where malnutrition coexists with the other end of the spectrum, obesity, overweight, micronutrient deficiencies, and even people sitting in this room, the so-called people who have access to the best food, most of us suffer from some micronutrient deficiency or the other. NCDs or non-communicable diseases are a major area, and the government is investing thousands of crores to handle problems like cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, etc. You can play a major role here, any startup. Preventive healthcare starts with healthy food. Look at the possibility, for instance, of doing something in the fortification space. In FSSAI, we've set up a food fortification resource center. You are welcome to come there. We can provide you with technical support. Come up with innovative products. Come up with products where fortification is available and where you can see it happening. Reach out on a large scale. Healthy foods can also come through various innovative things which the food industry is already doing. And how we are helping you in FSSAI is we have done away with the system of product approvals. So if you come out with a new product or an innovative product, we do not expect you to go through a complicated process of product approvals. If the ingredient is already in the approved list, if the additives are already part of the approved list, your product stands approved. You do not have to go through a complex system of product approvals. Now, this is a major regulatory burden easing, and we have the industry telling us that things have become much easier because we've done this. So this is a space, again, available to you. Now, yet another area where startups could play a very major role is in labeling. Rethink labeling. How can you tell a customer a particular food is healthy? How can you tell a customer how much sugar, trans fat, and salt a product contains, your HFSS products? Think of innovative ways of labeling. We are looking at certain benchmarking standards, but this is an area where we would like to support any startup. Use IT on a large scale. If a customer goes to a store and is able to pick up a product, and the labeling, from the labeling itself through IT, they're able to figure out what is the composition of the product. Today, everyone has a smartphone. So there are various spaces available here. For the retail chain, it depends on how well you place your products. Shelf space, product placement, ensuring that the products which you need to sell more receive higher visibility, managing your distribution network better for healthy foods. These are some of the areas that you could possibly look at. And the fourth space that we would like to identify, and which I think touches a chord in everyone's heart, is safe food. I think the kind of waste which is happening in the system, both at the manufacture and at the distribution level, is something that needs to be focused on and attended to. We've had several discussions in which large chains have participated with us, including Walmart, Amazon, etc. The idea is that in the distribution chain, if a food is approaching close to expiry, can I have inventory control mechanisms and can I have systems where this food can be repurposed and given out to people who can use it? So this is another space. We have done a lot of work in this area. We've created a platform. That platform brings together people who can share food, who actually carry out the redistribution. That platform brings together people like retailers like you who want to move that food out, and those who actually distribute that food. And I would suggest that this is another area where FSSAI is very, very keen to help you, support you, partner with you. Please look at this fourth area also. How we would help the startups, essentially, as Prabodh mentioned, and which I hold very strongly, the money is available, but many of you have not been able to pick it up, which sets us thinking on what else it is that you need to make a startup work. Money is only the beginning. And I believe that is a good regulatory ecosystem. We are trying to provide you with that regulatory ecosystem. We would pick up and assist startups by mentoring support. I've already told you how we can connect you to accelerators, how FSSAI has major convening power. We can connect you to the food business operators. We can connect you to anyone in the stakeholder chain who's important for your startup. And I think another thing we can do for you is give you media amplification. Media amplification for a startup is extremely important. And anything coming from the regulator carries with it a stamp and a legitimacy, which I believe any startup should be looking for. So these are some of the things that we can help you with. And before I close, let me also say that because we have the entire retail industry here, take advantage of this collaborative environment. Take advantage of this ecosystem which is in place today where we're working together. We have a very large-scale training program for food business operators. We call it FOSTAC, Food Safety Training and Certification Program. And we presently are dealing with this on a mandatory basis, on a voluntary basis, but we propose to make it mandatory very soon. And what is this training program? This training program simply says that every food business operator in each of their premises must have one trained food safety supervisor who is certified by FSSAI. We've created a massive ecosystem for this. There's a platform available. There are 100 training partners. Almost 10,000 people have been trained. The retail industry in the food sector will also be required to mandatorily have a trained food safety supervisor. People in this room with experience have an opportunity today to become trainers, have an opportunity to become training partners, have an opportunity to join the system today while it's voluntary, and quickly create that ecosystem before we make it mandatory. So my request to the industry here is please look at FOSTAC and do join, particularly as training partners. We need experienced people coming in and carrying out this training. And one last opportunity, which I think I would like to share with all of you really is that under corporate social responsibility, we are doing a number of citizen awareness initiatives. We call them the SNF initiatives, the Safe and Nutritious Food Initiatives. And what we are doing under the SNF initiatives is to create fantastic, drummable, simple content. I think Prabodh would share with you later copies of what we call the Pink Book, which is for home kitchens. A simple book with simple tips on food safety and hygiene. We've created ready-made projects. Corporates or retail chains can choose to adopt schools to run this training program. They could adopt anyone like resident welfare associations and carry out with corporate social responsibility. Please visit the SNF website, look at the projects. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to use your CSR funds meaningfully. So this is a pitch that I believe we need to make, and I believe you need to pick up. We are here to meet you halfway, and I'm confident you will meet us more than halfway. And before I end, Prabodh has very kindly given me a copy of the Pink Book. I'm just holding it up for all of you. All these are available on our website. We have a yellow book for school children. In fact, even in temples, we are running a program of safety. We are running a program of safety and nutrition in railways, anywhere you can think of it. This is your chance to partner. So again, congratulations to the startups who win. A bigger congratulations to those startups who are here and who are determined to make it. And I promise you that we are here to help you. So you can reach out to us if you need to. The regulatory ecosystem is with you. Thank you very much for having me here.